Welcome back to another What Sold video. I'm showing you some of the cool stuff that I sold this past week on eBay, stuff that you can be on the lookout for at thrift stores and garage sales. Obviously, I'm working pretty hard here, so I'm going to get back to it. Hope you enjoy the video. Sold Mario Golf Super Rush for the Nintendo Switch. Only paid $5 for it at a garage sale. Anytime I've ever seen Nintendo Switch games at a garage sale around here, they're like 15 or 20. But only paid $5 for this one, and it sold for $42.50.
Nice birdie.
This is a pair of animal grooming clippers, set of Oster Golden A5 clippers. Paid $5 for them at a church sale, and they sold after just a couple of weeks for $62.50. Got a pair of 511 tactical multicam TDU pants going out, and they're actually new with tags. Picked these up from a friend of mine who was selling a bunch of stuff. He's niching down. Picked these up for probably a few bucks, and they sold for $60. Another gun magazine going out. This one's for a Browning A-Bolt 270, I believe. Picked this one up also at the Peaches to the Beaches. So I've got a couple of dollars into it, and it sold for $62.50. So this is a brand of golf clubs that I don't normally pick up. This is Nickent, and this is like some weird hybrid design. Like I said, I don't normally pick these up, but they were in a bag of clubs that I picked up from a garage sale. Paid $50 for the whole bag. I could sell the bag itself for that much. Had some ping woods in it that I sold for like 100, and then these actually just sold for 110. So still a pretty good buy, just took a little while to sell. So I bought a big box of gun magazines from the Peaches to the Beaches garage sale. Paid $40 for the whole box. So I've maybe got $2 a piece into them. And this 4-round Remington magazine is going out. It's brand new, still in the package, never been used. And like I said, it's only 4 rounds. It's for Remington 747, I believe. This guy just sold for $89.99. So this big guy, this is a Technics SA505 FM AM stereo receiver, and it kind of works. It powers on, everything plays. I think there might be something wrong with the loudness and the tuner doesn't tune it exactly, but I paid $12 for it from a thrift store. I've had it a while in my office, just kind of sitting there. Finally got around to listing it, and it sold in a couple of days for $175 plus shipping. So I wanted to share with you guys kind of an experiment that I did this week. I've been having a little bit slower sales. Things weren't moving as fast as I'd hoped. So I went into the bulk listing tool and I added a 5% promotion to each one of my listings. And honestly, it seemed to help get things moving, especially older items, stuff that I've had forever. You'll hear me say in the upcoming part of the video that I finally sold something that I've had for quite some time. Yeah, I think the promoted listings helped. Or maybe it was just because I tweaked the listings. But either way, it's helping me out. Sales are picking up. Obviously, I hate to lose 5%, but I may have never sold it at all. What do you guys think? Let me comment down below. Sold a remote control car, and it doesn't have the remote, and I don't know whether it works or not, but it still sold for 40 bucks. Some of these vintage remote control cars can be worth some good money. This is a Lobo 2 by Nico. I think it's from the 90s, not really sure, but I paid $2 for it at a garage sale, and it sold for 40 in about a week. When I saw these at Goodwill, my heart definitely skipped a beat. I thought they were Rothy's. Unfortunately, though, they weren't. They're actually Allbirds. Didn't know Allbirds made flats like these, but I picked them up for $6.50 at Goodwill, and they sold after a couple of months for $35. So this is a homecoming t-shirt from Brevard College from back in 1988. And I'm not really sure why I bought this, but I did several years ago, and it finally sold for $15. So these are hinges from a Sony turntable or record player. They're the hinges that hold the dust cover on, and they take like 2 seconds to remove. There's no screws or anything. You just pull them straight up. Unfortunately, the record player wasn't working, but even if it was, it only sells on eBay for like 60 bucks. These sold for $34.99. Some more turntable hinges going out. These are actually for a Kenwood KD-47F turntable, and I feel like these are probably interchangeable with other Kenwood record players as well. These sold for $24.95. Here's another turntable part. This is a tone arm for a Pioneer turntable, and this is the part that holds the cartridge, which is the part that holds the needle. Either way, this thing sold for $15 plus shipping. So this is a military creamer or syrup container. It's actually from 1941. Pretty cool, something you would use in the mess hall, I guess. But I actually found this in a big box of militaria that I bought from a garage sale. Paid $20 for everything. I've definitely made my money several times over, and this little thing sold for $34. So is Southern Tide still a thing? Like, is it a popular brand? Maybe you guys can tell me. Does it actually sell? Haven't picked it up in quite some time, which means I've had this hat for a while. Paid $1 for this guy at Goodwill about 6 months ago, and it finally sold for $16.25. I hate rattlesnakes, but this is probably one of the coolest hats that I've ever sold. It's the Mangum Rattlesnake Derby from Mangum, Oklahoma. Picked this hat up probably a year ago from Goodwill for $1. Priced it at $24, which I usually do that with free shipping. Apparently I forgot to do that. I've got $10 shipping on it, so this thing actually sold for $34. So whenever I'm at Goodwill or different places and I see cycling jerseys, I always look them up. Well, I tried to look up this one, but there were no comps whatsoever. This is a Carolina Gamecocks cycling jersey. Never seen anything like it. Paid $4.75 for it at Goodwill, and it finally sold after about 6 months for $27.50. I did have it listed really high, like 50 or 60 bucks, but a guy sent me an offer and his username was actually Go Cox, so I kind of felt like he needed this. Here's a brand that I love to find because it always sells. Not always for huge money, but it always sells. This is Duck's Back. And this is just a plain, it's like a military style shirt or uniform style shirt. It did have a little stain on it, which kind of hurts the value, but I paid $3 for it from a local thrift store and it still sold for $24.50. So this is a Safariland concealment holster for a Smith & Wesson Shield 9mm. Picked it up from a garage sale, saw that it was new and sealed, knew it'd be worth something, paid $5 for it, and it sold for $31 in about a week. It sold a ladies Harley Davidson shirt. It's like a full zip, sleeveless Harley shirt. Never seen one like it. My mom actually found it on one of her yard sale adventures, brought it to me, so I don't have anything into it, and it sold for $28.50. Vintage golf head covers. They can actually sell really well, but unfortunately I've had these forever. Had them listed at 30 bucks. Finally got an offer for 25 after like 2 years. Decided to take it. I think I paid $1 or $2 for these at a garage sale. Here's a shirt I've had forever. This is a vintage Halo Hattie, like some kind of Hawaiian store t-shirt. Picked it up from Goodwill for $1.50 and it finally sold after about a year for $15. So this is an older club and it still sold super quick. This is a TaylorMade Burner 5-wood. I believe it's from like 2007, 2008, somewhere in there. Paid $3 for it at a garage sale this weekend, listed it, and it sold overnight for 50 bucks. Got an N64 game going out. Picked it up in a bundle of N64 stuff I got from a garage sale. Paid $10 for everything, and this guy just sold for $16.99. Got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater for the N64 going out. Picked this up in a bundle of N64 stuff, including an N64 at a garage sale for $10, and this guy just sold for $14.99. Got a Nike 3-wood going out. This is a Nike SQ Mach Speed 3-wood. Picked it up from a garage sale. I think I paid like $5 for it. It has taken a while to sell, like 3 or 4 months, but it sold for $59.50. This is a Browning leather case. It holds 10 gun cartridges. Picked it up in that box of gun magazines from the Peaches to the Beaches, and it sold for $22. Pretty interesting camouflage pattern on these pants here. Didn't know what they were, never seen them before. Google lensed them, and apparently it's called Asian Tiger, and they're actually military issue. Not really sure which branch is using these. I just thought they were really cool. I actually picked them up from another reseller who's changing lanes, I guess you might want to call it. He sold me a bunch of stuff really cheap, and these guys just sold for 25 bucks. Sold a shaft, just a regular golf club shaft. Picked this up at a garage sale along with a bunch of other ones. Paid $3 or $4 a piece, and this one just sold for 35. I've had this thing forever. Like, if I had to guess, probably 3 or 4 years. It's just been in one of my totes. Probably paid $1 for it from a thrift store. It's a vintage Snoopy mug. It says, actually, we Joe Cools are scared to death of chicks. So I'm going to guess I paid $1 for it, and it sold after like 3 years for $27.50. So I thought this vintage 1992 Richard Petty Fan Appreciation Tour sweatshirt was really cool. Unfortunately, though, it's actually really common. It's not worth a whole lot. Paid $4.75 for it at Goodwill, and it sold for $25 after a couple of months.